Thanks, guys. You guys are going to be on Facebook. You're watching this video right now here on Facebook for Elite Marketing Pro. Welcome to our weekly Attraction Marketing BizBuilder lesson. And we are live at the No Excuses Summit, our annual event, here with all these wonderful people. And you guys are watching this live from Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. This week, I want to introduce you to a very, very special lady. She's a six-figure earner in the network marketing space, and she did it in a very unique way by recruiting less. Which is interesting. So I want to bring onto the stage Mrs. Laura Harris. Laura has an incredible story to share with you. Recruiting, prospecting, all that is great, but she has an inspirational story to share with you. And everyone in Facebook, listen, learn, enjoy, and I will be back in just a few minutes once Laura has shared her heart. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Fernie.
Give her a hand, please.
Well, it's really an honor to be here with all of you. I didn't have quite the graceful entrance onto the stage that I first imagined when Fernie asked me to speak here. I thought I might be rocking some stilettos like Michelle did, but we're not quite there yet. I want to give a shout out to my son, Matt. He is here with me today, and Matt just finished on Thursday, his freshman year of college, got home late that night. We got up at 4:45 Friday morning to get on an airplane and come here, and he is here to learn from all of you as entrepreneurs. He was one of the top tennis players in the state of Colorado, and when he was 16, he started his first online business so that he could have the flexibility to go to tournaments all over the state and still earn some money in the summertime. So he came here to learn, but he also has been such an incredible help to me. Last night, we met Ray Higdon in the elevator for the first time. I don't know if he's here. He was back in the corner, and we came onto the elevator with the wheelchair, and he was kind of cornered back there. I introduced myself, and he looked in my purse, and he's like, "So you carrying some vodka there?" And it was one of those expensive water bottles, you know, that they have in our bar in the room. And I said, "No, this is just my water, but actually I've got my designated driver, my son Matt, here this weekend." So, you know, life doesn't always work out as we plan. And for me, 12 weeks ago, I had both of my knees replaced. And the night before that surgery, I told Matt, "When you come home for spring break, we'll go on a hike together." And I truly believed that would happen based on what I had seen in terms of recovery with other people. And despite the 2 to 3 hours of exercise and physical therapy that I was doing daily, my muscles were just not responding. So instead, Matt spent part of his spring break taking me to physical therapy. 4 weeks ago, thank you. He's quite an amazing young man. 4 weeks ago, I had my follow-up appointment with my surgeon. And my surgeon said that I had nerve palsy in both of my legs. He said in his almost 30 years of performing 6 to 7 surgeries per day, he had never seen this happen bilaterally before. He wasn't certain what had caused it, and he wasn't certain if or when I would walk again. I came home from that appointment and started asking myself for the first time the question, what if I never walk again? What if I never take that hike with my son? What if I never get to chase my grandson when he learns to walk? What if I never walk again? And the more that I asked myself that question, the more I became just filled with fear. And it's the only thing I could think about. And on and off throughout the day, I was just in tears. And finally, by the end of the day, I made a decision. And I decided that that question would be completely off limits. I would never ask myself that question again. And all of my attention and energy would go towards finding a way to walk again. Thank you, guys. So you might be wondering, what does this have to do with you? And the answer is quite possibly everything in your business. That night, when I went to bed and I was laying and praying and thinking, I started asking a different set of questions. I started asking the question, why am I going through this? Is there a lesson for me to learn? Is there a lesson that I'm meant to teach others? And actually, all of you came to mind right at that moment. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be here at that time, but that night I made that decision. So let me ask you, as business owners, how many times have you asked yourself the what if question? What if I fail? What if I start that blog and no one reads it? What if I make videos and people ridicule me or write nasty comments? What if I tell my friends and family about my new business and they ask me when I'm going to get a real job? What if I fail? And when you've asked yourself that question, how many times have you allowed the fear that comes along with it to stop you from starting or completing something that you knew would move your business forward? Fear can be debilitating. It can just take a grip on us, on our emotions, physically. We stop breathing when we feel fear. And if we allow it, it can just completely stop us in our tracks as entrepreneurs. So, how about if we were to ask a different set of questions? And you heard several of the speakers reference this already. How about if you were to ask yourself, how can I make a difference through my business? What is the reason for the experiences that I've had in my life, and how can I turn around and share those with others to have an impact on theirs? How can I serve? How can I add more value? In almost 20 years of being a management consultant and in 2 top leadership positions in network marketing, the most incredible transformations that I've seen have happened when people have transformed from that fear-based thinking, worrying about what will others think, to looking at how can I lead a life of significance. So I implore you to ask yourself this question daily. You heard Holly Homer up here. Didn't you just absolutely love her? She's amazing. Holly, I adore you. One of the things I love about Holly is she's so authentic, and she's so clear about what her message is and how she can add value. And she shows up day in and day out on Facebook consistently and on her blog, through her videos, and she just looks to serve others. And she's built an incredibly successful business because of that. Fernie has done that. Tim, Kate McShay, Ray Higdon. You guys might be sitting there thinking right now, well, I'm not a Holly, or I'm not a Ray, or I'm not a Kate. And I'm here to tell you that's a great thing, because you have unique life experiences, you have a unique personality, you have unique gifts to share with the world that no one else can. I could try to deliver your message, and it wouldn't have the same impact because I don't have your experience. And there are people out there that need to hear your message from you. So please step out into your greatness and share that. And maybe you're new, and maybe you're thinking, well, what do I have to share? Take a lesson from Ray Higdon on this. When Ray started as a blogger, he was not a 6-figure earner. He didn't have the, quote, credibility. But he decided that he was going to learn more than anyone else, and he was going to turn around and teach it. We already have hours of incredible learning right here from this conference, right? You could turn around today at lunch, write a blog about it, or make a video about something that you learned here today. I'm wishing I would have brought a second notebook. I have so many notes. So turn around and do that if you're brand new. Start somewhere, and that's a great place to start. And if you share your perspective on that, people are going to relate to it. So, it's also really important that we surround ourselves with the right people and that we continually learn and grow. And you're in the perfect place right now to be doing that. Stay connected to this community. Keep on growing. And you also need people in your life that are going to support you, but stretch you. The EMP coaches are really, really great at that. Fernie is great at that. Since my surgery, this one lesson about having people that will help you to expand your vision really hit home with me. I've taken 3 trips since my surgery 12 weeks ago, and I planned my surgery around this conference and my company's conference, which I knew I would be speaking at both of them, and my surgeon said, "You'll be ready to go by then." A week before my company's conference, my CEO called and said, "We'd like to fly a handful of you in for a private meeting. We're launching some new products, and we want to get your input on it." And at the time, I was still, as I am now, using a walker, even weaker than I am now. And I talked to my physical therapist about it. I talked to my family, and they said, "I just don't see how you can do it. You can't even walk up a step. Like, how can you travel?" So I called my CEO and I said, "I'm really, really sorry. I hated making that call because I really wanted to be there, and I just had kind of tunnel vision like we sometimes can get in our business." And I have a good friend who came over a few days later, and I told her, about my decision, and she said, "Laura," absolutely no judgment in the way she said it. She said, "People with no arms and no legs fly all the time." And that's all she said. And then we continued with our conversation. And later that night, I thought, you know what? She's right. Like, how do they do that? Well, they get help. As leaders, it's really important that we learn to receive as well as give. And that's a hard lesson for some of us, including me, right? It was hard for me to call the airlines and say, "Could I get a wheelchair waiting for me there and help onto the airplane?" And my friend said, "You know what? I'll stay in the room next to you." And I had to get a handicap room. But the thing is that if she had not asked me that, if she had not stretched my vision, I would have probably not been here, because I would have said, "I can't walk. I don't see how I could do it." So you see how important it is that we have people in our life like that, in our personal life and in our professional life. And, if you don't feel like you have people in your life like that right now, start being that person for others, because like attracts like. So start showing up in that way for other people. And again, stay connected with this community because they are so brilliant at that. So one final thought that I want to leave you with is now is the time for you to decide whether or not you're interested in or committed to building your business. If you're interested in building your business, you're going to do it when it's fun, when it's convenient, when your favorite television show is not on that night, right? But if you're committed, you're going to find a way where it appears there is no way. And I can guarantee you that along your journey, you are going to have trials and tribulations and opportunities for lessons. And when you have something that you come up against that's difficult, don't treat that as a stop sign. I see so many people in business, if they get no's or they make a video and they get poor feedback on it, they say to themselves, "Oh, I must not be meant to do this." And they stop. Instead, treat it as a yield and simply slow down and observe. Ask yourself, what could I learn from this? And continue on your path towards your goals. And if you put all of these things in place, you will become unstoppable in your business. And next year at No Excuses Summit, when I walk into the summit, I will look forward to hearing your stories of success. Thank you, guys.
Keep your head up, keep your heart strong. No. Keep your mind set, keep your head low.
One second, Matt, 1 second. So Laura is also part of our mentorship program. She already successful in network marketing, and you know, she did it in a very unique way, which I'm sure will have you back again to show everybody that's watching live on Facebook and everyone here how you did that. But I thought this message was so much more important. You know, talk about adversity, talk about, you know, life, you know, throwing you curveballs. We've had tons of curveballs here at this hotel thrown at us. And so it's truly inspirational. I hope you guys got value from this here, people live. Everyone that's watching on Facebook, thank you. You know, Laura's done some incredible things in this industry, but when, you know, she came to us because she wanted to learn how to take her business online, create a brand online, is do lead generation online. But the fact of the matter is that you just gave a ton to us.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here.
Thank you. So everyone that's watching this, the recording of this, if you found this inspirational, please like, comment, and share this with your friends in the industry. I would love for this message to go as far and wide across the world as possible. So thank you. For 10 free online recruiting lessons and to get information about my best-selling book, where I dive deep into rejection-free sponsoring methods using the internet, visit elitemarketingpro.com/go. I'll see you there.